Hi, my name is Katie Simmons, and thanks for checking out Food Purpose, a whole plant-based, oil-free cooking show. Today, what I'm going to show you how to make is sweet potato casserole with pecan streusel topping. Here's what you'll need for the dish. About 5 pounds of sweet potatoes, a couple cups of diced pineapple, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a teaspoon of ground ginger, a little bit of fresh nutmeg, and a little bit of salt. Now for the pecan streusel topping, you're going to need half a cup of whole wheat pastry flour, half a cup of apricot paste, a fourth a cup of chopped dates, half a cup of cashew butter, and 2 tablespoons of pecan pieces. So make sure your oven's up nice and hot, about 425, and the first thing you want to do is roast off your sweet potatoes. Now these sweet potatoes are massive, so you only need 5 pounds of sweet potatoes. Use your best judgment on that. And you don't need to peel them or do anything fancy with them, no foil or anything. Just make sure they're clean. And we're just going to roast them in our super hot oven. And you know they'll be done when their skin sort of poofs up like this, almost like, I don't know if you ever pop into creme brulee topping. And you can put a knife in them and it comes out nice and smooth. So when they're done roasting, take them out and let them cool a little bit. And we'll take the peels off later. So while that's chilling out, getting a little cool, let's work on our pineapple. Now, I love fresh pineapple. Come on. Any time of year, you can pretty much find it. You can use the canned stuff, but for me, it's just no comparison. So anytime you're dealing with fresh pineapple, first thing you want to do is just cut off the rind or cut off the eyes. That's what we call these little brown things. And as one famous chef once said, don't be cheap with your pineapple. So I think he meant don't leave any eyes on your pineapple. Cut it all off, right? Nobody wants to eat that. It doesn't taste good. So get all your eyes off. There we go. Make sure you don't have any spikes left on your pineapple. And then cut them in half. And I like to take out the core of the pineapple. So just cut right in there. Now the core is actually my favorite part of the pineapple, I'm not gonna lie. So that's something I like to nosh on while I'm cooking dinner for everybody else. I call it the cook's treat. Just leave a little pile of it right there on your cutting board, and as you're getting hungry, just nosh on a little bit. So once your core is out, you wanna cut your pineapple into bite-sized pieces. So again, just give it a quick little chop. You could also do this in your food processor, but it's pretty quick to just chop it up on your board. It also makes great use of leftovers. If you have leftover pineapple from making a fruit salad or you got to do brunch the next day, sort of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. All right, so get all your diced pineapple into the pot. And it just adds an interesting texture, some extra sweetness. Beautiful. I know, I'm still gonna work on you guys. So now we got a little bit of spices we want to add to this, and you think about Thanksgiving and the holidays and the spices that go along with it. And for me, it's all about some ground ginger, some cinnamon, and fresh nutmeg. And this is actually what nutmeg looks like whole. And trust me, if you buy like 2 of these, they'll last you the whole year. And you can use a little, this is a microplane, just grate a little bit of that over that. And this, oh my gosh, the smells that come out of it when you grate it, it doesn't compare to the stuff that's been sitting on the shelf for a while. So get all that in the pot, and then we can add our sweet potatoes. So once they're cool enough to handle, we just want to take our peels off. Oh, and it peels right off, it's pretty nice. Now, sweet potato peel is another one of those things. It goes with the pineapple, right? It's for noshing while you're cooking dinner for everybody else. Comes right out of the shell. Oh. And people will say, well, why don't you eat the peel? Isn't that the healthiest part of the sweet potato? To which I say, you know what? Look at this beautiful color of the sweet potato. It's still loaded with fiber. You're still getting tons of nutrients. Beta carotene is a big one in sweet potatoes, and that's what gives it its orange color. So you're not losing much nutrition by getting rid of the peel. What you are losing is sort of the dull color of the peel. So when you're making something nice for your family, you want it to be that beautiful orange color. It's nice to have, you know, that nice orange color. So we get our sweet potatoes mashed up. Oh my gosh. Oh, and it's awesome because you get the heat of the sweet potatoes hitting all those spices. I smell the cinnamon, I smell the ginger. Oh. And this is about as far as you can get, and then it's time to roll up your sleeves. You gotta get a little down and dirty. So give it a good mushy mush. Make sure it's all well incorporated. Oh, beautiful. I'm gonna put just a pinch of salt in there. Sort of brings out some of the sweetness and some of the natural flavors. Oh, I could just pretty much eat that. I mean, you call it a day, right? So we're gonna put that into our baking dish. That part's ready to go. We gotta top it though. I mean, my mom always had marshmallows, but I'm gonna do my own sort of variation with a pecan streusel. And so with any sort of streusel, you have a few basic ingredients. You have some sort of flour. This is whole wheat pastry flour, so that makes it easy. You can also keep it gluten-free. If you wanted to use brown rice flour, go for it. It doesn't really affect this recipe a whole lot. We need some sort of fat, and for this, I'm using cashew butter, which is basically cashews that have been ground up into butter. So that's gonna be going in the pot, and that helps stay away from regular butter. We also got some sweetness. These are just chopped dates. They're gonna add a nice, rich, almost like smoky flavor, like brown sugar would add. So our chopped dates are going in the pot. Of course, we have to have our pecans. I mean, come on, that's part of the deal. Especially if you're in the South. If you're from the North, you could add something else that makes more sense. And then we also have some more sweetness from apricot paste. And apricot paste is made by soaking apricots in warm water until they get nice and soft. And then you just puree it in a blender until it's smooth. And it almost looks like apple butter or pumpkin butter, which you see a lot this time of year. But it sort of tastes like honey. And it's got that natural sweetness. You still get all the fiber from the apricots. So it's not quite as, you know, as sugary as sugar. It's still sweet, but it's not gonna affect you the same way. So get all that in the pot, one and done. And then we're just gonna pulse it until it all comes together. And once it starts to come together like that, oh my gosh. Now this is where the party's at, right? I mean, this is good, but this is where the party's at. So your streusel comes together. Be careful, take the blade out first. Get that out of the way. And then I just like to use my hands and sort of make little globs. If you've ever made like cobbler, this is the same sort of thing. Same sort of process you would use, sort of make some globs. This is a great dish to make with kids because they love getting dirty. I mean, I know I'm a kid at heart, but little kids love digging in and like playing with ingredients. So this is fun, something fun for them to do. So you just want to make some globs. And again, this is something, we're making sweet potato casserole because it's Thanksgiving, but I use this topping. I use it over blueberry cobbler in the spring. I use it over peach cobbler in the summer when peaches are coming in, or other kinds of stone fruit. It works great. You can use this topping over pretty much anything you want. You can even put in your oatmeal in the morning and call it a healthy breakfast, and I won't tell anybody. All right. Once you got your casserole ready and your streusel topping on there, we're gonna pop it back into an oven, really hot oven, about 425 for just 10 minutes or so until it gets nice and brown on top. It smells like the holidays, like family. Oh, and you can see there's a nice caramelization going on with the crust. Now, I better do a little taste check before anybody else sneaks in. So just take a little peek out the side. Careful not to burn yourself. Grab a little bit of the crust, grab a little bit of the sweet potato. Oh. Look at that color. I mean, come on, how could you go wrong?